Almost every miniature painter reaches a point where they want to create something truly special. A magnificent display piece. A miniature that doesn't sit only on the gaming table, but tells a story on a beautiful and elevated plinth. Well, that was me a couple of weeks ago. I had a vision, I had the miniature, I had the inspiration, but what I didn't have was a plinth. So I did what every rational hobbyist would do. I went to order one online. And when I saw the delivery times, I was shocked and outraged. 4 weeks for a block of wood or resin or plastic? Absolutely not. I have the hobby itch now. And as you guys know, I am the most impatient shrimp on the planet. I couldn't wait. But instead of giving up, I decided to go to the one place in my house that holds the secret treasures, my kitchen.
Does this mean I get to make a Krabby Patty now?
Can you tell I'm a stress eater by now? And there it was, nestled between the paprika and the garlic powder, a little spice container that happened to be the perfect shape for a plinth. So today, we aren't waiting for the mailman. We are turning garbage. We are turning trash into a functional, immersive display winter base. And we're gonna do it from scratch. And with that, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiddo. And if you want to know how to build a winter base from scratch, this is your video. Let's get cooking. Step 1. So I emptied out the spices and I washed the container thoroughly. Side note, no spices were harmed in the creation of this video. Of course, I put the spices to the side, okay? We're not gonna throw away or waste any food in this area of the universe, okay? That being a really good start, the container wasn't quite in the shape I wanted it to be. It was too clean and I wanted it to be okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce this correctly, a cylindrical angled plinth, or in German, eine zylindrisch gewinkelte Säulenplatte. Oh my god, let's stick to the English version, okay? So I started cutting down the spice container. The goal here was a sloped profile, higher at the back to create a natural viewpoint and sloping down towards the front. So the viewer's eyes is naturally drawn to the place where the miniature is going to sit. Now, the container is still completely hollow. It needs substance, but I also didn't want it to be like super heavy. So the natural solution was cotton. To keep everything in place, I poured a big globe of hobby glue inside and it kind of worked, so no complaining about my questionable ways allowed, okay? So with our structural foundation set, it was time to turn this thing into something we can actually use. I applied a thick layer of texture paste right on top of our newly cut plinth. Kind of a messy way to hold everything together. And this is the structure we are going to base on later. And to create the actual geometry of the cliffside I was thinking about in this theme, I'm using cork. We all know cork is a hobbyist's best friend because when you rip it and tear it, the rough edges perfectly mimic weathered rocks and stones, and they can be dry brushed later on. I also cut a few flat edges, but mostly I broke them into the shapes I wanted them to be. While the texture paste was still completely wet, I pressed the cork pieces directly into it. I arranged them carefully and placed them so they were overlapping a little bit to imitate stairs or a natural slope. Once I was happy with the composition, I let it dry completely. And just like that, the kitchen spice container is already completely unrecognizable. We have a solid rock-like staircase and we are ready to paint. But before we can add the beautiful snow texture, we have to paint the harsh environment that lies beneath it. A good winter base needs contrast. If everything would be just white, it would look, you know, kind of flat and boring. So I went for a whimsical forest, adding flora in the shape of little tufts and leaves and moss. But I tried to stay in a grimdark theme this time. And try to use deep and earthy tones to make them look like rocks. And then of course using my all-time favorite secret weapons, aka interactive texture paste and effects. I also applied slimy grime and just made it look as natural as possible. To make the scene feel a little bit more alive, I used a miniature leaf punch to cut out tiny leaves. And I actually cut out tiny leaves from an actual leaf that I gathered somewhere in late October last year for another project that I never finished. Well, at least they have found their place now on my impro plinth. I scattered these into the corners of the steps and on the ground, alongside a few dark and a few light tufts. I was basically going for a late autumn kind of theme and adding the very first snow of the year on top. My winter is my absolute favorite season. I love snow so much. Talking of snow, it is finally time for the main event, the snow texture pastes. I had a variety of snow texture products laid out in front of me and performed several tests with several products before deciding to go with AK Snow Sprinkles, AK Micro Balloons, and Green Stuff Liquid Frost. If you want me to do a thorough test of all these products and make a video about it, let me know in the comments below. So I tested a variety of combinations. Both AK products give the snow texture a thick, heavy kind of look, but also the necessary realism I was going for. So I basically layered them until I was happy with the result. I applied the heavier snow paste on top of the rocks where snow would naturally accumulate. I made sure to not cover everything, but I decided to go for a really snowy base as I just wanted to see where this experiment takes us. Side note, you can of course stop wherever you see fit. Finally, while the texture paste was still tacky, I dusted the entire piece with AK Micro Balloons. This gives the snow an incredible, fine and sparkly, fresh powder texture that catches the light beautifully and that I, in my opinion, really love. I also applied Green Stuff Liquid Frost on some of the tufts and also on other parts of the base. And And there you have it. From a literal piece of trash sitting in my kitchen cabinet to a high-end, cinematic, multi-texture winter plinth base. So the next time you're stuck on waiting on a delivery, or you feel like you don't have the right materials to start your project, look around your house, check the recycle bin, or raid the kitchen, I don't know. The hobby is all about creativity and also about resourcefulness, right? And seeing the potential in everyday products. And this is what I intend to do with my videos. I'm just trying to find some hacks or workarounds that bring value to you or maybe some joy. And of course, as always, you don't have to, but now you can. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And thank you so much to my patrons. As always, bless your heart. I can't thank you enough. If you want me to try out any product or technique, let me know in the comments below. And we have a lot to discover and learn. So off to the next project. See you in the next video. Stay chaotic as usual. And bye. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen.